Things are really heating up in the Harley Davidson backlash as it's literally a perfect storm. I've been covering this now for about a week, and the Sturgis motorcycle rally is ongoing, and we're starting to get some videos from that rally, which have shown completely empty Harley Davidson areas. And it's difficult to know, hey, maybe this is at 7 in the morning, right? Maybe it's at 8 in the morning. Well, today we've got a whole new slew of videos from the event that I'm going to share with you, and some interviews that were done on site, as well as a newly obtained internal email that was sent to Harley Davidson employees today about the ongoing backlash. And I think that that's very, very telling as well. If you're enjoying my coverage, I hope that you'll leave a like on the video. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow wherever you're watching. I upload 4 to 5 videos a day, 5 days a week. I live stream every day at 1 Eastern on Rumble, and I hope you'll join me there as I cover this and all other breaking news. Now, this is an issue that I just don't understand as a business owner myself, where you would want to alienate your customers. The idea that everybody that rides a Harley is some sort of Republican is insane. Hippies ride Harleys. People from, libertarians ride Harleys. Democrats ride Harleys. Mostly a bunch of people who are apolitical ride Harleys. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever that these companies should be getting political. It's this kind of nonsense that made me start my own coffee company. If you've been following, you see there's all sorts of Dunkin' Donuts drama. I was inspired to start Coffee Brand Coffee 2 years ago as a company that only delivers the highest quality coffees and cocos roasted fresh on demand. By the way, promo code SWITCH, 15% off site-wide. This isn't some run-by-night, fly-by-night dropship organization. I literally called it Coffee Brand Coffee because I don't care about your politics. I just want to give you great coffee. This company will never get political, and if you like coffee, I've got something for you. Promo code SWITCH, 15% off. Now, I wish I could sell you a motorcycle, but that's beyond the scope of my skills. Harley Davidson is getting the Bud Light treatment at Sturgis. This is a new video uploaded by Cycle Drag. Here we go.
Guys, I wanted to give you a look under the Harley Davidson tent. A lot of people have been asking me, is there really a Harley boycott going on in Sturgis? Well, we wanted to come out here and show you. Remember last year, Cycle Drag showed you the Budweiser tent, and unfortunately, it looks like for the motor company this year, it may be affecting them. It looks
completely empty. Completely empty. Now, again, I don't know what time this is, but this certainly isn't 5 a.m.
like participation is way down under the Harley tent. As for the reason for this boycott, Harley accused of going quote-unquote woke by some. Because of that, not many have entered this booth, at least not today, here in Sturgis, South Dakota at the 84th annual rally. Let me know your thoughts down below. Cycle Drag will continue to monitor this situation for you.
Now, to be fair, okay, this is an event information booth, not a beer tent. This is also what it looks like is an area where you can look at their new bikes. If you're at Sturgis, you already have a bike for the most part. Maybe you come take a look at some of the new stuff, but there are a lot of local dealerships that you can take a look at too.
Keep it locked to Cycle Drag YouTube, Cycle Drag Facebook, and we'll see if business picks up at all for Harley Davidson as this rally continues. Attendance is very, very strong, but not here under the Harley tent. So
this is good. This is the market correcting itself. Look, you got a $30,000, $40,000 motorcycle. I don't think most people can just say, I'm just going to throw it away and buy a new one. That's insane. But a lot of people, as I've covered on this channel, have been debadging them. That means you take the Harley insignia off, which is an incredible sign of disrespect, too, especially if you look at motorcycle clubs and how they view patches and things like that. There's some underlying, maybe I'm drawing a little too many parallels there, but debadging that bike is basically spitting in Harley's face. Look, I don't expect people to just, ride their bikes off a cliff. That's crazy. Not everyone's Sean Strickland and can just buy another one, okay? But I know what this is like. I had a lot of Carhartt products, a lot of Carhartt hoodies, And those hoodies aren't cheap. They're like $80 each. And I bought like right around Christmas time, I bought like 10 of them. And then I found out that they were forcing employees to get the jab and that they're participating in advertising boycotts of conservative companies and things of that nature. And it was like, well, I'm not going to throw out $500, $600 in hoodies. That's crazy. But I just never bought any again. And that's really what happens with a lot of these boycotts, especially of expensive stuff. It's easy to stop buying Starbucks. It's $3 and there's a million other options. When you have a $30,000, $20,000 bike, you're not going to just toss it aside. Robbie Starbuck, who has led a lot of this, by the way, Harley Davidson is going through some things at Sturgis. Fox News talked to Harley bikers, and they're, quote, they're not happy. It's branding self-deletion. They destroyed Harley. It breaks my heart. You can see Harley Davidson faces woke accusations from Sturgis bikers. Breaks my heart. It's the end of their brand. Vinny Terranova, the owner of Pappy's Vintage Cycles in Sturgis, told Fox News Digital, a lot of bikers are switching over to Indian. He said, they destroyed Harley. It breaks my heart. Not a good look. A vintage Harley valued at $30,000 just a few years ago is now only getting $4,000 according to this screenshot. I mean, Harley riders are concerned about the direction of the company since German-born Zeitz took over as CEO at the height of the lockdowns. What a coincidental power grab in May of 2020. Harley Davidson has turned to garbage. Buy something else was among the comments posted on social media. Then Harley Davidson Sturgis HQ is going to be like Bud Light tent last year. A biker posted on X. One video posted on social media on Monday showed only green grass and a few stragglers mingling outside the Harley Davidson tent. Well, what did you expect? I mean, people, first of all, look, this isn't even about whether or not you agree or disagree with one individual's particular politics or whatever the case may be, okay? It's that escapism, right? Maybe a lot of you bikers can't relate to this. Maybe there is some crossover between the open road and the virtual video game world, but the parallels between are exactly the same. In movies, for example, video games, movies, riding your bike. Okay, people do this for escapism. They want to get away from the politics and the doom and gloom and all this kind of stuff, or the daily grind of their job. They don't want to hop on their bike and feel like they're making a political statement. They don't want to drink their Bud Light and feel like they're making a political statement. They don't want politics shoved down their throat in movies or video games, and they don't want it on their motorcycles either. Again, that's why I called my company Coffee Brand Coffee, is because I don't care what your politics are, and I never will take a political stance with that company, even though it would be easier money. Now, an internal email. Robbie Starbuck, I've obtained a very interesting email that was sent by Harley Davidson to employees today about our stories, revealing that they went woke. Quote, Harley says they have begun an evaluation of their policies, strategies, and activities to ensure they're relevant to our business. The outcome of that review will inform our stakeholder initiatives going forward, ensuring that alignment across the company. Your voices are making a real difference. To me, it sounds like they are preparing employees for a public announcement of changes. What do you think about the rest of the email? Now, the rest of the email basically says, earlier this year, Harley Davidson initiated an internal review to ensure that stakeholder and outreach activities associated with the company are aligned to our role as an employer in business today. The outcome of that review will inform our stakeholder initiatives going forward. Our employees are the heart of Harley Davidson, and we will continue to invest in teams to ensure we remain a place people are proud to come and work every day. United we ride. Well, this is the thing. You see some of these comments. Our employees are the heart. Should have been, our customers are the lifeblood of Harley Davidson. Without them, we are nothing. The only reason for this email is the fact that they got Starbucks stomped, and deservingly so. Yeah, Robbie Starbuck is doing a great job. Sturgis has been a real knife in the heart. It's not just a wake-up call. It's a wake up in bed and it's on fire. Note that the World Economic Forum term stakeholder. This is, they are responding to the pressure, and I think that that's a great thing. I said this when Tractor Supply, quote unquote, folded and got rid of DEI. You have to go back. You have to go back, and you have to support when they change course. You can't just cancel somebody and never go back. Otherwise, you don't incentivize them to change their behavior down the road. Here's this article. Harley Davidson faces woke accusations. It broke my heart. You see all these, Also, by the way, I missed this last week, but at President Trump's rally, he singled out Harley Davidson for sending jobs to India instead of hiring more Americans. Let's listen to this.
They'll charge you like 250% tariff. We don't want it. Then you get an invite. Build your plant over here. So these companies, they go over there. Harley Davidson did it in India. They couldn't sell. They had a 200% tariff on motorbikes. I had them in the office in the White House, the Oval Office, and the head of Harley Davidson. I was disappointed in that, actually. We were talking about it. I was telling them the problems, and I was going to help them out. But I said, how are you doing in India? No good. Why? We have a 200% tariff. In other words, if we sell a bike, they have like this massive tariff. And I said, well, if you have a 200% tariff, that means you're not going to be able to sell any. But they invited them over to build a plant, and Harley Davidson went, and I guess they're building the plant or built it or something. But that's what they do. I don't blame India. I blame us for allowing it to happen. It's not going to happen anymore. I had it stopped, and then we had the COVID fight.
Good, right? There has to be a price for these companies that are going and abandoning American jobs. A big pushback is that, oh, you're hurting American jobs. What do you mean? Most of these companies, John Deere, Harley, they're farming all this stuff out to the Middle East and to brown people 5,000 miles away. What do people think is going to happen? You're not hurting American workers. Most of these companies are at the absolute bare minimum. I live in Milwaukee. Okay. I've seen what's happened to Harley. I've seen how you used to see bikes everywhere. You used to see their employees everywhere. There was a time where basically everybody that worked there had a Harley. Now, it's not like I don't see Harleys in Wisconsin, because I certainly do. But this is the consequence of pushing politics on your own staff. And it should continue until they fire their CEO, apologize for this garbage, and change course. Only your pressure, your continued sharing of videos, your continued voices being heard will make them change their mind. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe or follow down below. And we'll talk to you again real soon.